Update. I know I'm not a biological father, and I revealed I knew as soon as she gave birth. Original post. I'll try to keep this short because I'm planning to go to a bar soon. I found out when she was about 6 months along. The guy Brian approached me at work. Are you Sarah's boyfriend? I said yeah and asked what he wanted. He said he was sorry, that he had slept with her and swore he didn't know that she was with someone, which I don't believe. He then pulled out his phone to show the texts between them. They had been sleeping together or linking up for at least a year. Then she found out she was pregnant, and they came to an agreement to just pretend the baby was mine. In return, she wouldn't lose her perfect life, and he wouldn't be responsible for a baby. I knew it was weird. We had been having problems trying for a baby, and all of a sudden she got pregnant so easily. But he explained that he had been thinking about it, and he recently became a Christian. He said that he couldn't live his life knowing that I was living a lie, while his child didn't know their real father. So yeah, I told him I'd keep in touch, and to not say that he said anything just yet. I've had a lot of time to think, but ultimately I decided to wait until she gave birth, to hurt her in her most vulnerable moment. I'll spare the details, but she went into labor, baby was born and was taken to the NICU to be monitored for a bit. What should have been a beautiful moment of holding my baby was the most heartbreaking time of my life. Just knowing that he was not mine hurt me. Once she was sewn up and comfortable, I started packing up my stuff to leave. She asked where I was going, and I just told her, I know I'm not a baby's father. You can act all shocked, but I know. Just ask Brian to come. I'm positive he'll sign a birth certificate. Then I left. She's been calling my phone over and over, even sending texts as I type this. It has even gotten her sister to call me a few times. It was hard pretending these last few months, but I think I'm satisfied. I feel really, really heartbroken though. I was planning to propose to her on the day our baby was born. I was gonna make her the happiest woman ever. Oh well, I'm going to go get drunk now. Now for the top comments before reading the updates. I did sigh for relief when I saw you're not married to this woman. Take power from that. You can move on much easily. Same. Good riddance. I'm so sorry. No one deserves this. The crap she pulled is absolutely evil. It will get better with time, and you will be happy again with someone who deserves you. Go ahead and let her and Brian deal with the situation on their own. Shoot, I'm relieved he didn't sign a birth certificate. Some states consider him the actual father at that point. Get a DNA test just to be 100% sure the child isn't yours. But you did the right thing leaving her. Make sure you have the text from Brian so she can't twist the narrative. Edited to add, you also need a DNA test so she can't put you on child support. Because if you were in the USA, it'll be hell to get you off it once the courts deem you the father. I'm like 110% sure that's not my kid just from looking at him, but I'll get the test. I get that, but it's just be on the safe side. You wouldn't want to find out 10 years later that it's yours. And you missed out on all the time and moments with a child. It won't hurt having something definitive that says you aren't the father. I plotted revenge against my ex-husband when I found out he was cheating on me when I was pregnant with our son. It felt good in the moment to stick it to him by telling the husband of his mistress what went on, but I was still miserable. It's been 3 years and I'm still in therapy for what he did. Best of luck, Opie. I hope you get therapy too. Cheaters are disgusting monsters. They truly deserve all the misery they encounter. They don't care that their actions can even create trauma in the victims. I hope you get better soon, and that the teeth and hair of this disgusting cheater rot and fall out. Now for the first update. Head hurts, but I'm home and safe. I wasn't really expecting this to gain as much traction as it did, but I'll clear up a few things. Brian is going to be in the baby's life if it's his. I don't care what anyone says. I'm sure the kid isn't mine. I'll go get tested, but me and Brian have been in contact since last night and there isn't a doubt in my mind. For those of you calling me a psychopath or whatever, I don't really care. You'll all forget about this post in a day anyway, while I'll have to live with this crap for the rest of my life. What I did wasn't amazing, but I don't care. All I ever did was treat her amazing, and this is how she pays me back. If you think this is fake, go read something else. Doesn't matter to me. Second update 20 days later. Hi everyone. I just wanted to start by saying I would have updated sooner, but it takes a bit to get test results back. I've also been working on myself in the time being. Thanks for all the support. I'll cut to the chase. I am not the father. But I already knew that deep down. Brian and the baby are a match, so that pretty much answers the question. He is very excited to be a dad, even despite the circumstances. We've kept in touch this whole time, and he's actually a really great guy. Goes to church now, volunteers at shelters, etc. I'm not sure if we'll continue to stay in touch after this, but I wouldn't mind getting a drink with him every once in a while. I hope the kid does great in life. He should, with Brian as his dad. As for Sarah, around the time I posted, she had asked Brian to be with her officially since there was nothing to hide. As far as I know, he has not taken her up on that offer and just wants to co-parent for the sake of being in his kid's life. I think that's very smart of him, honestly. Me and her have talked as well. We talked about where it all went wrong. She felt as though I wasn't there for her fully and just felt unfulfilled, which I understand. I wasn't always the best guy, but I treated her the best I could. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. She started crying and I did give her a hug, but I made sure she knew it wasn't because I cared about her. She's offered to stay friends and for me to visit if I want, but I declined. I'm not really interested in keeping up with her and her kid, but I did give her the stuffed animal I was planning to give our kid someday as a gift. She's been staying with her mom and has fully moved out her stuff. She asked me to keep her number, but I blocked her the same day she finished moving out. So it's just me now. I'm not gonna lie, my heart has been super heavy. But I think I'll be okay. There's a cute girl at my work and we've been talking. She's a single mom and has been awesome so far. I explained that I wanted to go slow because of my recent breakup, and she understands. We've hooked up once or twice, nothing serious yet. I just want to be by myself for now, but I'll likely give her a shot when I'm ready. That's it for now. I'm depressed, but I'm working out now at least. I never want to talk to Sarah and will likely never see her again. It sucks because she was such a big part of my life, but that's gone now. Thanks for all the support. I'll answer questions if you guys have more. Edit, just wanted to mention that I still don't feel bad about what I did. I can tell she's still hurting, but I definitely think it's deserved still. You handled that all incredibly well. I'm glad you gave us an update because this internet stranger was concerned and rooting for you. Everything meant for you will find you, and you'll be a great partner and parent if you want one day. Hang in there. Yeah, you did it right. Work on yourself a little now and be yourself. We'll overcome all. Cheer up. Yeah, you got this. We've all been through our fair share of trauma and we always overcome them because we grow and move on. It'll be a long process, but it'll be worth it. I believe in you, and I know for a fact that everything bad happened to you will be compensated in the form of everything good. Good luck. Just felt I should mention though that repeatedly hooking up with a single mom from work is not moving slowly or carefully. If you really want to heal from your last relationship, I'd advise foregoing hookups in favor of being single and hanging out with friends. Also, if you're feeling at loose ends, confused, etc., do a nice single mom a favor by being careful not to give any impression that you're developing feelings for her, if you're honestly not interested in anything lasting. More people say they can do strictly friends with benefits than can actually do it. Yeah, I definitely don't want to add more drama to her life, with her being a mom and everything. I'm interested in her. I just want to focus on getting myself in a good spot so I don't drag crap into my next relationship. The hookups was her idea mostly. She said she was fine with the casual stuff. I'd definitely be honest with her if I completely wanted to stop seeing her, or didn't think it would go long term. Just to let you know, her excuse for cheating is so BS. If her needs weren't fulfilled, she should have communicated that, instead of lying and waiting to find out if she could get away with cheating or not. OP, you handled this so well. I wish you peace in mind. Yup. Soon as I read that part, I went, oh yeah, she's full of it. I think in a way OP knows this. Now for the last story. Update. Would I be the a-hole for moving away from my disabled boyfriend? Original post. I, 25 female, have been with my boyfriend, 25 male, since we were 19. When we were 23, he was injured in a skiing accident. His injuries were so severe that he was paralyzed from the neck down, that he has been semi-comatose ever since. Other than that, he can do very little. He is no longer there. His body is essentially functioning on autopilot. There are more medical issues, but I do not want to divulge his private information any more than I have to. We were planning to get married, and I still love him very much. Since his accident, he has lived at a hospital and then his parents. We lived together, but our 5th floor apartment was not suitable for his needs, and I worked too much to care for him. His parents live 90 minutes out from our city. I visit 4 out of 5 times a week, sometimes more if I can. It's been a point of contention between his mother and myself that I do not visit every day. I literally cannot do this with the hours I work, and I'm scared I will get in a road traffic accident driving in the dark and icy conditions, as we live in a very snowy, icy state. His family basically lives on a mountain and runs a skiing resort, so the roads are terrifying. I work in a small and intensely competitive field. The salary I'm on right now is fine for the city I live in, but I could be earning almost double if I relocate. I've been offered an amazing job across the country, and I really want to take it. When I told his mother about how I was considering this job, she lost it. She told me I was an awful person to consider moving away from him. She said I was betraying him by abandoning him and moving on. I told her that I couldn't just stop living because of what happened, and she started screaming at me. I am empathetic because I understand that she feels as though the world is moving on without him. I feel that way too. I am very conflicted. I am unsure if it is wrong to do this. Me and my boyfriend had promised we would marry each other, and I do feel like I am abandoning him. Would I be the a-hole for taking the job? Not the a-hole. From what you described, he has no idea you're there, and you're very kind to have hung on this long. But you can't keep putting your life on hold for someone who is permanently semi-comatose. This is about his mother not wanting to feel abandoned. It's not about him. To be honest, his parents are cruel for keeping him on life support. A good reminder that everyone should have an advance directive, even if you're 23 years old. Not the a-hole. I doubt your boyfriend would want you to give up on your dreams. This here. Anyone who truly loves you wouldn't want to hold you back. Your boyfriend's mother is grieving. It is especially hard to grieve when they are still technically alive. I've worked in neurodisability, and it's one of the hardest things about brain injuries. You lose your loved one twice. The first loss is when they have their injury and change, either through becoming a different person due to the brain injury or through never fully waking up, coma, minimally conscious state, or vegetative state. It sounds like your boyfriend is in a persistent disorder of consciousness and will not come back to who he was before. So while he is still here, you have to grieve his loss. The second loss is when they do eventually pass, which can be fairly quickly or many years from now. I can see that you have empathy for what your boyfriend's mother is going through, and that is what is difficult. And I imagine there is some guilt from yourself as well, which is completely normal. You planned a life with someone who isn't really there anymore, and now you need to decide what is best for you. Your boyfriend is being taken care of, and if what you need to do for yourself is to move on, then that is what is the right thing to do. I would suggest speaking to a therapist about these feelings before and after any decisions are made, to work through your feelings and the inevitable fallout of any decisions you make. No matter what you chose, there will be issues and difficulties. I wish you all the best, Opie. I'm sorry you are having to deal with this loss and having to make such difficult decisions. Not the a-hole. Now for the update. I just would like to update anyone who left a kind comment and might stumble upon the update. That post and the comments and chats I received have pushed me to accept the job. I moved cities January 9th. I start my job January 16th. This is all happening very quickly, but I have realized that I do need to put myself first. And I am not an a-hole for living my life, despite it being incredibly painful. My boyfriend's mother does not agree though, and she's no longer speaking to me. I am not allowed to see my boyfriend, who I guess is no longer my boyfriend and hasn't been for 2 years. I knew this would happen, so I said goodbye to him before I told her. I do not want to repeat what she said to me, however, it was awful. She says I ruined Christmas because I made a decision on the 23rd. But she knew this was possible, and it was a time-sensitive offer. As one commenter said, it was never going to be a good time to do this. On the plus side, her hating me has made it so that I have to leave for this job, and I have no ties here anymore. I may be the a-hole in her eyes, but this is what I need. I am having fleeting moments of regret, but my family and therapist have said that in the 5 days since making this decision, I seem lighter. I am excited for this new chapter. Thank you again for the kind comments. Thank you for the update. You've done nothing remotely wrong. Good luck, Opie. You deserve happiness, and I'm certain it's what he would have wanted. Opie's not a a-hole, but I'm curious about the extent of her partner's injury. She described him as comatose and doesn't include any dialogue with him. Is there brain damage? What is the prospect of his recovery? Was the mom mad because she hoped Opie would be his full-time caregiver someday? He is paralyzed from the neck down, and his brain is very damaged. His doctors have repeatedly described him as gone. His brain is basically just keeping the body functional enough, and no chance of meaningful recovery. His family pay for in-home nurses at their house. He is well looked after, and they are lucky enough to be able to pay for this indefinitely. She has never tried to give me caregiving responsibilities, but so many people have suggested what you are suggesting. Try to not feel guilty. Your boyfriend is not there anymore, and you have already been grieving for 2 years. It is time to move on, which is what any sane person would advise you to do. Congratulations and good luck with your new job and best wishes for your future. You have done the right thing, and I'm so pleased to hear this update. Your boyfriend would not have wanted you to spend your life doing nothing, going nowhere and not moving on, no matter what his mother says. I hope this is a beautiful new beginning for you. Came to say exactly this. I understand mom is hurt, but she is selfish to expect OP to die inside too. Grief does strange things to us. Her moving on is a signal to the mother that the world is going on without her son, which is hard for grieving parents to accept. My own mom has been through this with every life milestone I go through, due to us losing my sister about a decade ago. OP is still making the right decision by allowing herself to move forward, and her empathetic heart is wonderfully strong. I wish her all the best as she lives her life for herself. For those that are angry at the mother in this story, I suggest you watch Steel Magnolias. It's a movie that does a wonderful job showcasing exactly what parents in these situations go through.